the more, even in your struggle, you're aware that something greater is unfolding. Yeah. And there's a trust and a surrender in that, and a beauty to it as well. So even in the like gnarly humanness of it, there is, and I'm not saying it's all glory, okay? Because it's like you're in it, but there's this awareness of like, okay, it's just passing through, and it is unfolding exactly as it's meant to. Okay, it's like take that breath, and as you say, that trust and surrender from strength is really key. And even if you don't know what the end is, like where you're moving to, that's part of the surrender also. You're just like, I'm just going to keep being present in this. Like, I'm not going to distract out of it. I'm not going to just, become unconscious in this. I'm going to hold and keep being aware and have personal accountability and keep rising in this.
That's true growth right there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've noticed while you're doing the work regularly, you'll come to situations where you can choose the old you or the new you.
Yeah.
And if you choose the new you, you just, you just elevate and it stays.
Yeah.
And then you'll get another example. And,
yeah.
Okay, maybe you choose the old you, and it's not like you go backwards, but it's like the free will is there in every moment.
Yeah,
to
totally.
just try and keep choosing the new you.
Yeah.
Like the higher
resonating version of you.
Version.
Yeah. And really the old you, at some point, it depends on the frequency resonance of the person. But at some point, when you choose the old you, you're not doing out of, so at the beginning, sorry, I'm just going to back up. Mm-hmm. At the very beginning, we will choose the old us because there's so many distortion patterns still to release. So it's harder to choose the new you. Sure. You want to choose a new you, but it's hard because you're like, oh God, I got all these distortion patterns, and they really will sort of like take over in a way. You know what I mean? There's less free will. But as you liberate yourself and as you get to a certain point in your frequency resonance, the choice to move into the new you becomes more available. And if you choose the old you, it's not out of punishment. It's for contrast. Mm-hmm. You're just like, oh, okay, I just chose that. This kind of sucks, actually.
That didn't really work out for me well.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm like, I had that other choice. That probably would have been better.
And actually, that's a good point. As you're doing the work, when you get to a moment like that where you kind of stumble backwards, if you will, the kind of rebound is quicker.
Yeah.
And I'm saying this so some listeners might be like, man, that just sounds amazing.
Yeah.
I'm speaking from real time, someone who's doing this, and I'm saying it works. I'm not making it up. She's not just talking about only her.
No.
This is a real thing. So just stick with it, I would say.
Yeah. And exactly. Because here's the thing. I mean, like, it's funny with frequency work, is when you're going through that hard period, through the fire. When I was going through it, I mean, I still go through it. It's just different levels. But initially, especially when it was hard, I was like, man, I could let go here and stop right now. But then I'm going to be here. Oh God. I don't want to stay here.
I'm going to keep going.
I'm going to keep going. Yeah. And so I had a friend who said this to me, and she's like, the only way is through. And I'm like, yeah, you're right.
The only way is through.
I'm like, all right.
Oh, that's good. Well, I think all in all, like, this new resonance of time is something to be excited about.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because you can tap into it, and then eventually I think we'll all kind of stay in it.
Yes,
right?
exactly. Once you're resonating high enough to be able to sustain.
Yeah. And then it's just kind of, it complements this idea of remembering our brilliance.
Oh, totally.
Right?
Yeah.
Because there's a lot of distraction out there.
Yeah.
And I think it's important to, even through the struggle and the good times and whatever, is to remember. Isn't that kind of the point of everything?
Yeah,
right?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. And the thing is, as much as you and I are discussing this, and it's a good conversation, you guys, you have to remember the work is in the frequency work. You can talk about this all day long and it doesn't matter. You have to do the frequency work to get into that, to be able to release the distortions, to be able to integrate that new frequency resonance of time. So after this, as always, there's the free GFC. As support, I'm giving a special extended GFC just on the new frequency resonance of time. So look for that. You can catch it either in the upcoming events or if it's past, in the products section of the website. It's really important because, again, this is not about intellectual understanding, which is helpful. Mm-hmm. But the only way to integrate is actually to do with frequency work.
Yeah, you've got to shift your resonance.
Yeah, exactly.